that's how we live it. Don't be mad at the system, it's simply how we've existed. I hear a lot of people talking like they politicians and choose to be an accountant because it's safe in a business. Not because they want to do it, just because they heard it pays. And who the fuck wants to be poor knowing that's how we've been raised? Society is getting heavy, I can feel the weight, the pressure of success.
Yo, what's good, my fellow Hollows? It's your boy, the Hollow Panther, coming at you with another amazing What If. And yes, this is gonna be part 2 of What If Neopolitan was Isekaied to the My Hero Academia. So, thank y'all for. I'm glad you guys enjoyed part 1 of this series. So I'm gonna give you part 2 of this series today. So hope you like the video, like, comment, share, subscribe. So before I start, I'm gonna give y'all a quick recap what happened last time on this What If. So pretty much what happened last time that Neo got Isekaied to the world of My Hero after Volume 3 of Ruby. So Deku found Neo, and Neo been living with Deku and Inko this whole time. So then over the time of their the first years in high school, Neo started having feelings for Deku. Deku having feelings for Neo, but Deku was too nervous and afraid to ask her out or tell her how he felt because she thinks that Neo gonna reject him. So Neo confessed her feelings, showed him how she feels about him, and they started dating around the end of their second year. And Deku ended up getting One for All, and interesting, pretty much happened the same. Neo replaces Toru in Class 1A. So pretty much everything else happened the same in canon. For the hero versus villain, test, Deku and Neo were working together, and they easily won that because Neo used her assembling to look like Bakugo and easily got lower Eo's guard so she could touch the bomb. That's pretty much it. What I last off. So that's pretty much it for the recap. So it's time for part 2 of What If Neo was Isekaied to My Hero Academia. So the story starts the next day. Both Neo and Izuku are walking to school. A bunch of reporters are in their way, asking them how they feel to have All Might as a teacher. Asking them different questions. Both Neo and Izuku was getting overwhelmed by questions and reporters. That's when Mr. Aizawa told the reporter to get out the way. So the reporters got out their way. So Izuku said thank you, Mr. Aizawa. He said no problem. You two get to class. They both nodded and head to class. So when they got into class, everyone got ready. Aizawa got in the classroom, explained to them what they did wrong and right in the hero versus villains test, and he told them that this what's gonna happen next is gonna be the most important thing that ever gonna happen to you in your college careers. Everyone was worried about saying, "Oh no, is this gonna be another test?" And that's when Aizawa said, choosing a class representative, a class rep, and a vice rep. Everybody starts sighing and released it. Oh, it's just regular school stuff. The people in the students of class when they were amongst themselves arguing about who they want to be class president, class rep, and class rep, vice rep. That's what Ida said. Let's do this democratically and vote on it. So pretty much everyone voted. It pretty much was saying like in canon was Yarozu as class rep and Izuku as vice rep. Izuku was nervous like in usual, and was nervous and stuttering. Saying thank you for choosing. And that's when Bakugo said, "Okay, who voted for the nerd?" And that's where Minari said, "Really, you think we're gonna vote for you?" And Neo was just whistling. Both Neo and Ochako was just whistling to themselves. And he said, I accept the choices of my peers. And that's when Kaminari said, dude, why you just didn't vote for yourself? And Mr. Aizawa said, I don't care who's class represented, class rep and vice rep. You got to the end of the school year. Let's get in the class to figure it out. So they went to lunch. So that pretty much the same thing happened to Canon. So Deku was sitting with Uraraka, Ida, and Neo. So Neo typed on our scroll. He said, I voted for you." And both Ida and Uraraka also said he voted. That's when the alarm rings. Everyone was getting bombarded and squished like in Canon. That's when Izuku saw was just a reporter. That's when Ida did the same thing like in Canon. That's why Izuku gave Ida the same thing like in Canon. So Ida went up to the exit sign, told them that it's just everyone settle down. It's just the media. You guys should not be worrying about it. Be all worried. We have pro heroes and All Might here. So everyone please settle down. So everyone settled down and started leaving the early faction. That's when Izuku decided to give his spot as class representative, as vice rep to Ida. Give his spot of class rep to Ida. So now Ida's the vice rep, class rep, and Momo became vice representative. So the next day, so the USJ, that's when the USJ happened. So Ida was trying to tell everyone to sit in single file and assign seats, so everyone just sat where they wanted. Deku sat next to Neo, and they had pretty much the same conversation like in Canon. Suyu had the remark that Luku had the same quirk as All Might, and everyone also agreeing. So when they finally got in the USJ, 13 introduced, greet the students to the USJ. So Zuko turned around and saw Ochako fangirling out, and Zuko said, "Oh, Ochako, are you a huge fan of 13? Like, yeah, she's my favorite." And Kirishima said, like, Kirishima asked, "What happened to your hero outfit, Zuko?" "Oh, they're getting fixed, so I decided to wear my gym outfit." So they went in, and everybody said, "Wait, where All Might?" So 13 said, "Oh, he'd be here late," and point out and sticked out the number 3, and the person who understand it was Deku and Neo. So Deku all in his head, so All Might only got 3 more, used up his time limit. He only got 3 more hours left. So pretty much they went into the USJ. 13 was explaining how dangerous quirks can be. That's when a portal opened. Portal open, saw a man have a bunch of hands all around him, and a giant muscular bird with his brain sticking out. And that's when he said, "Hello, students of UA. My name is Tomura Shigaraki, and we are the League of Villains, and we're here to kill All Might." And that's when Kirishima said, "Whoa, we got fake villains?" And Mr. Aizawa said, "Those aren't fake villains, they're actual villains." He looked at 13, he said, "13, protect the students." And Zuko said, "But Mr. Aizawa, but your quirk is mainly good for one-on-one. You're not good with a crowd." And that's when Aizawa said, "Kid, if you're a pro like me, you learn to adapt." So Aizawa started fighting the villains like in Canon. So everything else happened in Canon. So when Bakugo try to go after fight Korigiri, that's when Ida ran, already left and tried to get some help. That's when 13 tried to vacuum Korigiri up with her quirk. That's when blowed out her back. That when everyone got separated, went to their separate area. Izuku still went to the shipwreck area with with Asui and Mineta, and 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 Neo went to the same area as Todoroki was. So pretty much in the shipwreck area, the same thing happened in canon. So when they finally dealt with the people, got with the villain in the shipwreck area, that finally got in the shore, seeing that Aizawa was badly injured. That's when Izuku did the same thing like in canon, dealing with the Nomu. Then he saw pretty much everything else happened in canon. That's when All Might burst into the door, ripped off his tie, saying, "Doji," well, someone ripped off his tie, said, "Doji fear, I am here." Then he started having the same fight with the Nomas, just like in canon. And he said, while in the climax of the fight, he said, "With these with this phrase you all know of," he said, "Go beyond plus ultra." Then he punched the Nomu straight out of the USJ. And Kirishima said, "Whoa, that's a." Well, he beat the Shakusora right out of him. And Bakugo said, "That's a lot of power." That's what that would mean to be a pro. And that's when Shigaraki saying, "You cheated, you cheated, you cheated." That's when the other heroes started coming, started taking care of the other ones, the other villain. That's when Korogiri said, "Tomura Shigaraki, we should leave." Because the other heroes are coming. I was like, "Fine, Korogiri, get us out of here." This ain't the last we see of me, All Might. So both Korogiri and Shigaraki escaped the USJ, leaving the other villains behind. So the other villains got captured by the remaining heroes. So people who got injured in canon still got the same injuries in canon. So we're going. So 2 days. So you was the both people in class when they got 2 days off because of the USJ. So 2 days later, everyone was thinking if Aizawa was gonna be teaching today. Cause what happened in the USJ? That's when Aizawa came in the room, his face covered in bandages, his arm covered in a cast. And Ida said, "Mr. Aizawa, are you okay? Are you sure you are right to teach?" And Aizawa said, "Yeah, I'm fine." Recovery girl overdid it with the bandages. Okay, I have an announcement to tell y'all. So UA will be closed for the next 2 weeks for the UA Sports Festival, and that's when Yarosa said, "Are you sure we should have the sports festival? We just we did just witness a villain attack." And as I said, "I understand why you say that, but if we did cancel the sports festival, it's making it seem like the villains has won. So we keeping the sports festival. We're just gonna add more security in the sports festival, and if we keep the sports festival, we still gotta have the sports festival to show and add more security to show the villains that the villains didn't won, and we still believe in believe in the next generation of heroes. So that's why we still having the sports festival. So people have the same start having their classes. That's when they're about to head out. That's when everyone's and as I already told them that you should be trying your best to get scouted by some heroes. If you don't do well in the sports festival, you're gonna get replayed by someone from Class 1B or General Studies or the business course. I was shocked and scared while losing their spots. So pretty much, they will try to leave the. try to leave. That when people from class 1A, B in general studies in the business course were blocking their paths. Like, what the hell are they? What are they doing here? And Bach said, "Isn't it obvious they're here to scout out the competition? Like moving extra." Then Ida say, "You don't have to call them extra because you don't know who they are." Then Momo had the same remark like in canon. That's when Enzo popped up. He said, "Oh, I always thought when they was arrogant, was full of themselves. I didn't know they were assholes too." So they had this station with Shinzo. So Bakugo told them to move. So they finally moved out the way. So Bakugo can walk out. So pretty much during the 2 week of training happened pretty much the same as canon. But Deku and Neo was training with each other. So the sports festival happens. So they were getting ready for the sports festival. Todoroki went to a tour. Midoriya and said, "I declare war on you." And Bakugo got upset that Todoroki declaring war on Deku, not on him. So he went to Todoroki and said, "I also declaring war on you." So everyone got announced out from class 1A, B, general studies, business course, support course. And that's when it was proctor of the first year U.S. Sports Festival was Midnight. And Midnight asked for Kashi Baku to come to the podium to say a few words because he was a student representative of the first years. So Baku just went up to the podium and said, "Only thing I'm gonna say, I'm going to win." Everybody started booing at him. He's like, and Ida said, "How can you say that? You represented us all." And Bakugo said, "It's not my fault. You're just stepping stones into my success." So pretty much, Midnight explained the obstacle race. So pretty much the same thing happened in canon in the obstacle race. Deku was still in first place. Todoroki was in second. Bakugo third. I could make it. Neo came in fourth, and etc. etc. So for the Midnight started explaining the cavalry battle to the team, and told that Izuku Midoriya had the 1,000,000-point headband. Everyone was looking at Deku with killer intent. That's when someone tapped him on the shoulder. He looked around that it was Neo, and Neo typed on her scroll said, "Want to team up?" And Izuku just hugged Neo and said, "Yes, of course. I'm glad you're not going to be against me." And Ochaka said, "Hey, can I join you too?" Like, sure. And Neo gave Izuku the pally look on our Neo, you alright? Like, he hugged Neo like, don't worry. The main husband said, "Hey, you're the one for the 1,000,000-point headband, right?" Like, yeah. "Come on, can I be that means you gotta get all the attention. How about it? Let's team up." Like, I'm sorry, I already have someone else in mind. So, why not? Why? With my babies, we definitely went for sure. Like, yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. So, Zuko and Neo and Ochako walked off and finally got to the last person he wanted to have on his team was was Tokyomi. So the teams were the same in camp, but he did ask Ida first, but Ida wanted to go against him. So the same team for Todoroki was the same. Bakugo's was the same. Deku, he had Ochako, Neo, and Tokyomi. So Tokyomi was the horse. Midoriya was the rider, and Neo and Baraka was holding. So pretty much it didn't happen. So I'm going pretty much and so Neo used her semblance to make glass illusions of both of her and her team. So it took a little bit hard. It took a lot. It's gonna be hard to try to take the million point headband from Deku. So while Tokyomi's taking the other people's headband, Neo using her illusions to distract the other teams. So I'm gonna attack you after a while. Time's up. So Deku was still in first. Todoroki was second. Bakugo was in third. Shinzo fourth. Etc. Etc. So pretty much the same happened. So while Mineta and Kaminari tricked the girls to making cheerleader to wear cheerleading outfits. And Neo tried to stab, but he found out that when Neo found out that Mineta planned this, Neo was close to stabbing Mineta with her umbrella. That's when Izuku grabbed Neo, like, excuse me, said, "Come on, Neo, you don't have to do this. You kind of look cute in it." And Neo started blushing, hugging Deku, like. Kirishima said, "Man, I don't know what's going on with those two." The Kaminari said, "Dude, it's obvious. Her and Midori are dating." Man, Kirishima like, "I think you're right, man. Man, like, damn Midoriya, you really got yourself a feisty one. That's so manly." Like, thanks, Kirishima. Araka's like, "Wait, what? Deku dating who?" And Minari said, "Deku and Neo are dating." You didn't know that? How Neo is so happily hugging on Izuku? Araka said, No, it ain't true. They're just good friends." Because Ochako's in denial, and because she has a huge crush on Deku as well. But she don't know that Neo and Deku are dating. So then the final round happened. So the teams are this: Deku and Shinzo, Todoroki and Sero, Kaminari and Ibaraka, the chubby kid for Class 1B, and Odro forfeit. So Ibarra and Kaminari, Ida and Neo, Mina and Ayama, Momo and Tokyomi, Kirishima and Tetsu, Bako and Ochako. So the first match began pretty much the same thing. Pretty much the fight happened the same like in canon. Deku ended up beating Shinzo and giving him that his quirk. He has an amazing quirk. He could be a hero with that quirk. And Shinzo took that to heart. So the second match pretty much happened the same in canon. Todoroki beating Sero, one-shotting Sero. And as for Kaminari and Ibarra, same thing happened in canon. Ibarra beat Kaminari. So for the match between Neo and Ida, pretty much have to be a little bit different. Neo been using her illusions against Ida. So they're losing against Ida. When Ida was about to charge at her, she went to the side and put her leg out and tripped Ida, making them get out of balance, giving Neo the win. And Ida said, "Really, that was a cheap shot, Miss Neopolitan." Like, she just shrugged her shoulders and she just walked off, just started skipping off. So for the next match, it was Mina versus Ayama. Same thing pretty much happened the same in canon. Mina winning. So it was Tokyomi versus Momo. Same thing happened in canon. Tokyomi beat Momo, putting her out of balance. And Kirishima versus Tetsu. Pretty much the same thing happened in canon. end up them doing an arm wrestling. Kirishima managed to beat Tetsu in the arm wrestling. And for the final match was Bakugo versus versus Ochako. So pretty much the same thing happened to Canon. Bakugo beats Ochako. So the second match, and so for that they had a break. That's when Todoroki asked Midoriya that they can talk. So Todoroki asked Midoriya that is he All Might's secret love child, and Izuku was like, "Wait, what?" And Todoroki started telling Midoriya about his past and stuff. So before that, he didn't know that Bakugo overheard that. So the second round about to begin. So Endeavor stopped Izuku, told Izuku that make my son Todoroki use his quirk. So he pretty much anything happened to canon. So for the fight between Deku and Todoroki, pretty much the same happened to canon. And Izuku managed to make Todoroki use his flames. So he had that big wave attack. So Deku still had that same injury. So, end up Deku was out of balance, giving Todoroki the win. So for the next match was, Ibarra versus Ibarra versus Neo. Pretty much happened the same. So pretty much Neo didn't have nothing. So pretty much, to be honest, Neo will lose that match because she had nothing to beat Ibarra's Vine Quirk. So Ibarra managed to capture Ibarra. Ibarra managed to capture Neo with her vines, giving Ibarra the win. So for the next match, it was Mina versus Tokyomi. So pretty much Tokyomi beats Mina like in canon. And for the last match was Bakugo versus Kirishima. So pretty much the same happened in canon. Bakugo beats Kirishima. So for the semifinal match, it was Ibarra versus Todoroki and Bakugo versus Tokyomi. So pretty much what happened with Ibarra, pretty much Todoroki just easily flash freezer, and she giving Todoroki the win. So as for Bakugo versus Tokyomi, pretty much the same happened in canon, that Bakugo ended up beating Tokyomi. So pretty much the fight between Todoroki and Bakugo happened. So before the match started, both Todoroki and Bakugo still had the same conversation like in canon. So when they started fighting each other, pretty much the same happened in canon. Todoroki allowed Bakugo to win, and Bakugo got upset, saying, "I don't want to win like this. Get up, it's not over yet. You're supposed to go all out. I don't want to win." That's when Midnight used her quirk to knock out Bakugo, and giving Bakugo the win the whole UA Sports Festival. So the medal ceremony happened. So pretty much Bakugo had to get chained up, like in canon. And Kirishima was like, "Come on, Bakugo, act like, man." You should Kirishima say the same thing, like so Midnight brought in All Might. So All Might gave Tokyomi and Todoroki their medals. And when he went to Bakugo, he said, "Oh, young Bakugo, you were the man of your word. You said you're gonna win this, and you did." So, what this was nuts. Then he said, "Oh my, why? I don't deserve. If he, I didn't." Says All Might said, "So scary." So here you go. I want that piece of hunk of garbage. He's like, "Come on," then like, "No, get that piece of garbage away from me." Then I forget All Might just shoved the first place medal into his mouth. And All Might said, "Here are your first, second, and third place winner of the UA Sports Festival." Everyone started celebrating and cheering. So pretty much, with the with all while was when that happened, had the phone call from his mom that he generally got paralyzed by the hero killer. So pretty much after that, after the sport, so the same people had the same amount. And he said everyone was wondering, say, wait, we're missing somebody. And then when Aizawa came in the room, was like, he just said, Mr. Aizawa, where's Mineta at? Like, oh, remember what I told y'all? That if you don't do good in the sports festival, you guys gonna get replaced by someone from class 1B, the work studies, general studies, and the business course. Wait, and everyone say, wait, you were for real? Like, yeah, young young Mineta didn't do good in the sports festival, so he getting replaced by someone from class 1B. And everybody say, wait, who's the new person that is going to replace Mineta in class 1B? Then he said, you can come on in now. So everyone saw a girl with green hair, with vine hair, coming in the classroom. He said, guys, so you could come introduce yourself. And the girl said, my name is Ibarra. And I was from class 1B, and now I'm glad my course is called Vine. So it's pretty much basic. My hair in a vine. So pleasure to meet you all. So wait, Ibarra from class 1B? Yeah, he said, yeah. As I said, yeah, cause she made it to the semifinal in the UA Sports Festival. So everybody decided. So we all decided to bump her up to class 1A. So who are gonna be replacing her in class 1A? Class 1B. Oh, I don't have the right to say it, but the person who's replacing her is actually Shinzo, because people saw lots of potential in him to be in class 1B, to be in class 1B, be a hero, go to the hero course. So Shinzo is replacing Ibarra in the class 1B. So wow, that's good for Shinzo. That's good for him. You know, I was happy seeing Shinzo is going to achieve his dream to become a hero. So pretty much everyone had the same amount of offering like in canon. So as I was saying, before you guys choose your internships, you guys need to get your code names approved by midnight. Said midnight you can come in. He said, all right. So everyone has the same code name like in canon. Ibarra chose her code name like in canon. As for Neo, I don't know. Probably okay. I'm gonna allow y'all to decide. Comment down below for what hero name should Neo have. Comment down below for your choice of hero name for Neopolitan. So I'm gonna skip Neo. So when they went to Izuku, he said at first I said, "Oh, this name, I didn't like this name," but someone told me that this name could be more than this. So I think my code name should be this. He said Deku. My hero name. That's gonna be my code name. Both Ochako and Ibaka was surprised. Even Neo was surprised that they had their code. That was his code name. Izuku was surprised that Ito chose his name, but he didn't choose the code name of Evgenian like his brother. So everyone went to the same internship like in the canon. And for Neo, what should Neo go to? Okay, fuck. I'm gonna make Neo go to Best Genius with Bakugo because I feel like Best Genius fits Neo for some reason. So Neo go to Best Genius with Bakugo. And Bakugo's hero name still from the manga is Destruction, Explosion, Murder God, Dynamite. So that's his hero name. So when Izuku went to talk to All Might gave him told him to go internship to Gran Torino's. So he did. So Izuku either still had that same conversation like in canon. And when the internship was starting, Izuku went to Gran Torino's place and saw Gran Torino on the floor covered in blood. Izuku started panicking, saw that he was dead, and Gran Torino said, "No, I'm alright." So pretty much the same happened with Izuku and Gran Torino with the training session, and Izuku unlocked full cowling, all that other stuff. Then the whole suit incident pretty much happened. So pretty much the stain fight happened the same in canon. So after the stain arc, they had the final exams. So pretty much the final exam happened the same like in canon. Instead of Sarah managed to pass the exam because of Ibarra, because she easily just wrapped her vines around midnight, easily to capture her. So people who failed were Kirishima, and Sarah and Sato, Kaminari and Mina, and Neo managed to pass with Shoji. So, and the fight with All Might and Baku and Deku still happened the same like in canon. So, pretty much after that, All Might went to Izuku and actually want to go to Island with David Shield, with him to meet his old colleague, his old friend David Shield, and Izuku said, "Yeah, of course. Can Neo also come with me? Come too? Because I don't want to leave her by herself with my mom." And All Might said, "Oh, sure, of course." So Zuko packed his bag and both All Might, he was sitting next to Neo. They were all on their way to Island. So that's when All Might met. That's when Zuko met with Melissa and stuff. Like, and said like, "Should I?" Like, All Might, can I also come with you? I want to ask Mr. Shield something. And Izuku and All Might said, "Oh, of course, young Midoriya." And he also wanted to come along. Like, "Oh, it'll be fine. Like, go ahead, spend time with Melissa, so she could show you around the island." And Neo said, She typed it, "Okay." So while Neo and Melissa are walking towards the island, Izuku and All Might went to David Shield's office. So pretty much happened with David and All Might happened the same mechanic, but different. Like, Izuku asked David for a request, and David said, "So what's the request?" And like, can you make a dimension portal? Like, a dimension portal for what? Like, I also want to know as well, young Midoriya. See, it's for my girlfriend. And he said, "Oh, for Miss Polovin?" I'm like, "Yes. But here's the thing, All Might. She not from this world." And All Might said, "What you mean?" Like I said, she ain't from this world. She from a world called Remnant. And I want her to go back there. Go back home someday. Come back home. I want her to be stuck here forever. Probably she got friends. Probably have friends and family. That probably miss her. So can that be impossible that you can make a dimension portal, Mr. Shield, so Neo can go back home? And David Shield said, "I can't. I could probably do that, but it's gonna take me some time. Like, I can wait." So of course I can wait. And David said, "You really do care about her, right?" Like, "Yes, I do. What about him? at the bottom of my heart, I really do care about Neo. So all right, I'll make sure to get that. I'll make sure to make it my main priority. And but my and all my and Davis and Azuka asked something on your mind, Mr. Shield. Like it's nothing like you. I don't know. I have a strange feeling something going on, about to go down. Then Davis just say, "All right, I have a confession. The real reason why I wanted Almighty to come, I was planning on doing something during the night of the party. Like Almighty said, what you mean, David? I was planning on stealing remember the quirk enhancement advice I had made? Yeah, Almighty said, yeah. Yeah, I was planning on stealing it with a bunch of gangs, with a man named Wolfram and his gang and his men. Like Almighty said, why, David? Like, because you were losing your powers. I didn't want Almighty you to die, Almighty to die down. And Zuka said, but Mr. Shield, Almighty won't be die down because he passed his quirk on to me. I will be the next symbol of peace. And David said, Almighty, is that true? I'm like, yes, it is. I gave Zuki my quirk. Said I made a big mistake. Then he tried to call off Wolfram and his gang, and Wolfram said, "No, you can't just change your mind. I don't care what you say. I'm taking it anyway. With that device, I could be even stronger." So he hung up on his face like, "Damn it, he's still gonna go for the plan, even without me." And Almighty says, "David, thank you for telling us this. We should prepare ourselves for the villains." He's like, alright. So, pretty much Almighty started preparing for the fight against the villain. So, pretty much Deku went back to Neo and whispering in their ear about the villain attack. She just nodded. So, Melissa did show Deku the invention that she made. So, pretty much happened in the movie, happened the same. But Almighty was prepared for it. But pretty much everything happened the same in canon. So Mina there was Arrow. So in the end, both Izuku and All Might defeated Wolfram, and David Shield did not get arrested because David Shield warned All Might and Izuku about the attack, about Wolfram plan. So David Shield says, "Thank you again, All Might, and good luck in your future goals, young Midoriya." Like, thank you, Mr. Shield. He whispered, "Yeah, and I will get. I'll man my word. I will get to work on the portal." And Deku smiled and said, "Thank you, Mr. Shield." And David went to Melissa and apologized, and he asked for her help for this new project he's doing. And Melissa happily accepted the challenge. So after that, they had the forest. They start going shopping for the forest training camp. So pretty much the same thing. The talk with Izuku and Shigaraki still happened the same in canon. So pretty much they started on their way to camp. Pretty much the same thing happened in canon. Piggy Bob brought them down to the ledge, and he fought the way to the campsite. Deku still met Kota, tried to introduce himself to Kota. Deku still get punched in the nuts by Kota. Ida said, "How dare you, a low blow, you fiend of a child, a punch of the scroll is unforgivable." And Kota still had the same remarks saying, I don't want to hang out with you wannabe heroes." Ida said, "Wannabe, how old are you, kid?" The Baka said the remarks that this kid had a lot of spunk in him. And Todoroki said, "He remind me of you." He said, "What the hell you say, half and half?" So pretty much what happened in camp, first part of camp pretty much happened in the same. Bass House didn't happen the same because Manila not in Class 1A no more. So pretty much The test of courage happened pretty much the same. But talk between Koda and Zuko happened much the same. The fight, then the or I guess what happened the same. The fight between Deku and Muscular happened the same. But Deku managed to beat Muscular, so the fight happened with Mustard happened the same with Tessa and Kendo. The fight, then Izuku told Mandalay about the after Bakugo. So pretty much everything happened. So Shoji grabbing Doria told Tokyomi lost a troll from over the Dark Shadow. Izuku tried to tell Tokyomi to calm down. That's when they ran into both Bakugo and Todoroki. Shoji was telling them they need some light to change Dark Shadow. So after Dark Shadow defeated Moonfish, both Bakugo and Todoroki used their quirk to shrink Dark Shadow back to normal size. So pretty much everything else happened in canon. They saved Uraraka and Tsuyu. And Mr. President ended up capturing both Tokyomi and Bakugo. Pretty much happened the same. Tokyomi managed to escape. And Todoroki was so close to grabbing Bakugo's marble. That's when Dobby took the marble and said, look, too slow, too late. And they released the marble, grabbing Bakugo by the throat. And Deku was chasing, about to go through. When the portal went in, he said, better luck next time, Shoto Todoroki. And Zuko was running through the part to the portal, saying, screaming, Kachan! And Bakugo saying, stay back, Deku. That's when the portal closed. That's when Zuko was crying and was crying and frustration, losing his childhood best friend. So pretty much the same thing happened in the hospital. The same. They had the same argument like in canon. The people who went to say Bakugo was the same. In canon was Todoroki, Kirishima, Yararozu, and Anita. So pretty much everything else happened probably much the same in canon. Todoroki, they managed to save Bakugo. The fight between All Might and Awful One happened the same in canon. All Might managed to beat Awful One using the United States of Smash, using the last number of One for All. That's when All Might pointed out saying, "You're next." And Zuki looked at that and he started tearing up. And Bakugo started figuring out that Deku and All Might had some close bond together. And that's when they brought Bakugo to the precinct, and everyone. That's when both Doria and All Might had their moment at Dagobah Beach. And they got all their permission to put all their students into dorms. So the dorm system finally got done. So they did a dorm competition. So Doria was the first person to check the room. Doria said, wait, no. Then everybody saw his room had all these All Might fake merchandise and blank. Neil was like, typing, easy. Like, what? Everybody said, whoa, look at all this All Might merch. Like, look, I just look up to him so much. Now, all the dorm cops, and he saw what Neil's room was, because it was like a mixture of having a poster of ice cream with pink and brown colors, pink and brown wallpaper. So pretty much the thing happened. So the winner of the dorm competition was still Sato, because they like the cake. So Bakugo went to Izuku and told him to meet him out to follow him. So they went to the same area that had the fight. So Bakugo and Izuku still had their second fight, like in canon. That's when No, scratch that, scratch that. So they had, so they had, so they were still, so they were doing special moves because they were getting ready for the hero licensing exam. They were doing special moves, and Zuko finally finished his upgrade. Then he finally created his new fighting style called Shoot Style. So they had the hero licensing exam, pretty much the same thing pretty much happened, the same mechanic. Everyone practiced up Bakugo and Todoroki. Then after that, that's when Bakugo told Zuko we should talk to follow him. So Bakugo and Zuko was, so Bakugo took him Zuko to the same place like in canon. Then they started having their second fight. So it pretty much ended up the same like in canon. Bakugo ended up winning. He said, "How? How can I still beat you? You have All Might's power. Why are you still holding back at me?" So the All Might finally showed up and told Bakugo everything. And that's when Bakugo and Izuku went both left, and Aizawa punished both Bakugo and Izuku for house duties and allowed us to handle their own injury out using Recovery Girl's quirk. So pretty much pretty much after that, after Deku finished his 3-day suspension, they had the fight. They met the big three, and they had the fight with the big three happened pretty much the same as in canon. And pretty much the work studies happened. So Uraka and Suya went with Nejire to Ryukyu. Tamaki took Kirishima to Fat Gum, and Mirio took Izuku to Sornadai. So pretty much what happened to them happened the same like in canon. So when they bumped, and the same thing happened with the interaction with Eri happened the same in canon. When they had that meeting with the heroes about the mission, about the rescue mission of Eri and taking out overhaul, pretty much happened the same. So pretty much that's what I'm gonna leave it all. Hope you like this video. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Make sure you click that bell and never miss a video. It has been your boy, the Hollow Panther, wishing all my fellow Hollows a great rest of their day. Peace.